We now know the funeral services for Lee Iacocca will be here in Metro Detroit, where he became an automotive giant. Visitation will be on Tuesday and the funeral on Wednesday. All of that information is on our website, WXYZ.com. But Mr. Iacocca did pass away yesterday in California at the age of 94. Jim Kurtzner has a look back with another familiar face here at Channel 7.
Iacocca led Ford, and it was at Chrysler where he really established his legacy.
This is a terrible passing for the city of Detroit because Lee Iacocca was so dedicated to the automotive industry.
Iacocca started at Ford in 1946 with an engineering degree and rose to become president. He's the father of the Ford Mustang.
He could sell anybody anything, and he realized that the Mustang would be a hit because it created the pony market, the pony car. The Mustang sold over 1 million the first year, and then suddenly GM had the Camaro.
In the late 70s, Iacocca was fired by Henry Ford II. Was it because Iacocca got too much of the limelight?
Hank the Deuce was running the company, and whether it was a clash of egos, what it was, I know if you're going to fight with the guy whose name is on the building, he's going to win.
If we found something that slowed things down or didn't add value or improved quality, we dumped it.
Iacocca became chairman of Chrysler as it was going down the tubes. Iacocca personally lobbied Congress to get the bailout to save the #3 automaker. It worked big time.
And getting that money and guaranteeing that they would pay it back, and they did pay it back in full.
Iacocca continued to prove to America that Chrysler was in it to win it, inventing the minivan. It was marketed to moms.
It made it easier to load the kids in the back. It had a ton of storage. It became the living room on wheels.
Iacocca delivered the slogan that is one for the ages.
If you can find a better car, buy it.
Seeing a chairman or a CEO come out and actually vouch for quality, vouch for a product was unheard of.
Mary Conway was with Channel 7 30 years before she retired. A dozen years ago, she covered Iacocca, who was on a book tour. She tells us today he was always larger than life.
There was an aura about him, and that's where journalists flocked to. Everyone ran to interview Lee Iacocca because they knew he would talk to you. He might have a pretty interesting answer.
Iacocca used to say his last name spelled, "I am chairman of Chrysler Corporation, America." Jim Kurtzner, 7 Action News.